Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is Antigonus Gaming with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Chapter 10, Watcher of the Veil. In our last video, Cloud, Tifa, and Aerith and Yuffie fought off Scarlet, who attempted to kidnap a weapon in the Gungaga reactor. After this, Cloud's mind became muddled so much by the Mako from the reactor that Sephiroth was able to get into his psyche and cause Cloud to attack Tifa himself, causing her to fall off of one of the ledges in the reactor core and fall into the life stream, where she was swallowed up by one of the weapons. There, Tifa saw Whispers aligned with the planet, fighting with the Whispers that Sephiroth had corrupted in the end of Remake, and Sephiroth unveiled his plan, albeit to sever Tifa and Cloud's relationship. After this, Cloud admitted that he hears voices in his head and his memories are completely messed up. You know, coming about as close to asking for help as he could. Tifa pledged to try to help Cloud figure out his identity. After this, Cisne gave us information on where to find Sid, who is one of a pilot, who, after meeting him, he flew us to the Cosmo Canyon region, and we are headed to the Cosmo Canyon town, which is known as the Sanctuary of Planetology. It is also Red 13's hometown. So we're going through here. This is like very much like a Wild West kind of canyon region, which is why you kind of hear like the cowboy kind of theme, you know, Western themed music.
Finish it. Let's get how'd you like that? Hey, did you see me in action?
So this is that theme ahead on our way, but it's remixed to be more of like a Western style for the region. So it's kind of cool how they did some of their own new original themes, and then but also kept some of the old themes from the original.
Holy nice.
So we got Desert Sahagi.
Gotcha. Take the lead.
Need my help, do you?
Oh, Jesus, the game is freezing up.
Oh yeah, another one in the bag.
We head now, we see the Chocobo Ranch for the region. It's got a green tent, teepee-like tent, and then the stables are like made of like white block. And we got Yuffie. So the Chocobos in this region are like kind of like a dark, they're like a dark bluish green. So we'll talk
Johnny.
to...
That you?
Nope. Oh, we got the,
Who's Shawnee? One of your chocobos? Did they run away from home?
My apologies. I don't believe we've met. I'm Kamaria, the owner.
So, Shawnee's your bird?
Goodness, no. Shawnee's my daughter. She's a chocobo jockey, or was, till she fell off her mount during a race.
Kamara's got like a
Since then, she's
tan
completely
shirt,
lost her nerve.
red skirt.
Refuses to get back in the saddle.
I see.
Oh. Tell me, you kids any good at riding?
Yeah, we dabble.
Wonderful. In that case, how would you like to use my training course? I had everything built
Middle-aged
brand
lady,
new
because
just
she has
for
an
Shawnee,
adult daughter,
but now
so...
it's going to waste. Someone ought to put it to good use, don't you think? And who better than you young go-getters?
I don't know.
Ever run a ring course? It's simple. You strap yourselves in and fly through a series of hoops. I reckon you won't find a course like mine anywhere else.
Whoa! That sounds amazing! You want to try it, right?
New notification.
Everyone will be...
New download update. Press the PS button for details.
One that isn't afraid of heights. A fine bird like Aponi ought to do you, though. Go ahead and ride her over to the training course. Twisting paths and bewildering brushlands, she'll guide you through it all with ease.
So sorry for that disruption. I was downloading the Metaphor Refantazo demo. I'm a big Atlas fan, so I will be playing that, and then I will stream it as well. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to buy the game, but I probably will, assuming I've heard the demo is quite good. So we got to go find Aponi, the Chocobo. However, we got Shadley here.
I see you, too, have come to do a little avian investigation. While most chocobos run on land, the birds around here are capable of taking to the skies. Flying on chocoback must be quite the thrill.
We're going to... poison and petrify, interesting. Jump materia? Interesting. We're gonna do Alexander, and we'll phase it with considerably weakened power, because it'll make the fight easy. Because we can't use items and such. So Alexander, it's like a big, it's a machine. Its arms are like big giant glove-like things. It doesn't have fingers or anything.
Guess it's my turn.
It's a holy element. Summon.
Okay, that's
Alright. A sacred summon recreated in virtual reality. The mechanical giant is a manifestation of humanity's judgment, bestowing either salvation or condemnation upon those who survive its trial. On this difficulty, it has 17,000 health, it's weak to lightning, immune to every status ailment, resists Aerith's staff and Cloud's sword. The entity will be largely immune to all attacks until both its arms are crippled. It accumulates karma by using certain attacks. The higher its karma, the more powerful its divine judgment becomes. Casting Asuna could remove one level of karma. So basically when it attacks you, you build up these status points, karma points, and the more you have, the more damage its ultimate attack does.
bring in the heat.
Alright, we crippled the left arm, so it's got these like gems, and it can it can't move, but it can teleport from one side of the arena, the summon battle arena, to another.
You don't mind if I feel you working over there?
And Tifa got 1 karma point, I believe. Nope.
My turn.
I'll just have Cloud.
Bam! Don't overdo it.
So it's using like this, it's got like these holy beams on the ground. And when they slowly... So it creates like various attacks coming out of the ground. Alright, we pressured it by crippling both the... And Barrett was able to stagger it in one hit with a fully charged up. Got it down to 9,000 health. Alright, now it healed its two arms back together again. So now we've got to go through the same process all over again.
Buzz off. It's on you.
About damn time! Ooh, gotta love it! Gonna make her up!
Let me handle
Suck on this!
Hang back.
Guess it's my turn!
Oh, and it created these pillars of light.
Get your ass out of here!
Pillars explode and do damage.
Hope you don't mind if I pay for the hole! Bring it home!
All set. Love this!
Mother, don't overdo it.
About there ain't no limits we can't break!
Alright, Barrett's limit is charged up.
Suck on this! Oh, you in trouble now!
I stopped it from using Divine Judgment.
Here it comes!
And then I stagger it, and then I can use Fire in the Hole. Hopefully this will be enough. It was not. Alright, we defeated it. So, it's like so we got a 3-star Alexander materia because we completed all the shrines in the Corel region.
Congratulations on defeating Alexander. You rejected his judgment and rendered your own. Well done. And now his divine protection is yours to call upon on your adventures. A great comfort, I'm sure. I hope you won't mind my mentioning, but I've observed that world intel collection is stalled of late. I'm certain, however, a veteran mercenary like you would never abandon a task.
Alright, well, we got a tower.
Your
Maria's Ranch Tower. And there's no enemies here, so we can activate it with no extra trouble. That's always nice. Nice to get a freebie here. Towards the town, but I think we could. There's like a turn we have to make, and one way will take us to the town, and one way will take us to where the Chocobo
is. Keep it together.
Yeah! I don't look now, but it's about to get real. Oh yeah! I've been waiting for this! Don't stop now! Ain't no thing!
Just nothing to it.
head over this way, and there's a huge clearing that has some mine carts and a bunch of chocobos in it, although I see the owl, the blue owl for the life string, so I'm going to do that too. So this region is annoying because a lot of the intel is really hard to find, so we'll take the easy one. Where we can get them. Because this is like a canyon region, there's all these cliffs and caves and everything. They really made Gungaga and the canyon region really hard to navigate. There's one more region after this one, and but it's a lot smaller and easier to navigate. I really hope that in the part 3, for any new regions they create, they make it more compact. Alright, so now we're gonna get Aponi, and then we'll head into town. Alright. This is like when we got Pico and Bell.
Chocobo, don't you think?
Intel, Cosmo Canyon, wrangle a Chocobo. Alright. So there's like a track, there's like a series of tracks that go all the way around.
Look!
And Aponi is all the way at the back.
Aponi!
And we gotta hide behind these mine carts that we're pushing. Push the minecart along one track, and now there's like a box on my left, the Chocobo right next to the box, and the minecart. So I pull this lever. Oh wait, no, I don't want to pull it just yet because I have to push the minecart. Wait, oh, actually I can pull it. So I pull the minecart all the way down to the end of the first track, puts it on like a track swisher. So the next track is going to head me all the way further into this large open area. Targets have escaped. So I gotta retry. But I get to start from this part. This is a hard one. I think this is actually the hardest of all the Chocobo wrangling challenges. Personally. So many constituent parts. The next one is also is convoluted, but in the last region, but not. now I gotta push the cart along the next track, which goes on like a curve. Further into this large area. It's surrounded by cliffs on 3 sides, like cliff faces on 3 sides. And Aponi's all the way in the back, and there's like this minecart trail that's going around. So, and then there's Chocobos stationed at different points in the track. So now we can keep going. Checkpoint reached. And we got a bunch of these rocks which we can use to distract the Chocobos with. Wait, actually. I see. I want to throw a rock. So that the Chocobo is no longer... Because there's another lever to change the track. And that way... The track now changes, so I can push the thing further towards the very back. Where we've got 2 Chocobos left after that. One of the regular Chocobos and then Aponi. Now that second to last Chocobo is no longer a problem. So I've got 2 boxes on the right side and then a regular Chocobo in between them. And then Aponi is at the end of the railroad track. Railroad car all the way up to Aponi. Alright, I throw the rock, she turns around, and then I jump onto her. Starts trying to, and then yep.
Easy, girl. We got you.
Detail has been relayed to Chadley, obtained 10 Cosmo Canyon points, obtain 5 party EXP, and we got Aponi. Cosmo Canyon, soaring chocobos. The birds of the Veil are fearless and can leap from certain ledges and fly across the region's steep chasms. While on Chocoback, take flight from the gliding ranges marked with a Chocobo symbol with an arrow above and ride the generator's air currents to access hard-to-reach locations.
All right.
Just hit me. You don't get sick on Chocoback.
Amazing, isn't it? It's like my Chocobo and I share one mind, one body, one soul. Or maybe my body just hates Shinra cars, trains, and boats. They ought to find a way to make the ride smoother for their stuff. Put R&D to work.
Think they got other priorities.
That's true.
Alright, and we see some banners, some purple banners lying down on a cape. So we're getting close to the Veil.
Hey, so I've been meaning to ask you something. You said old Sephiroth's come back from the dead, right? And that's a bad thing. So, what I want to know is, how'd he do it? And what's he after?
He wants to save the planet.
But wouldn't that make him a good guy?
It's not what he's doing, but how. He doesn't give a shit if everyone dies in the process.
Sounds like a total nutter. I mean, there's not much point in having a planet if there's no one left to enjoy it, is there?
That said, let's not forget that we still got a whole nother problem. One that's reared its ugly head time and time again. Bunch of assholes who won't stop till they've bled the planet dry. Shinra. To hit them where it hurts, we'll need to leverage those connections of yours.
Bring it on!
I'm gonna persuade you to
Still here.
You're out of luck.
Bingo! One step at a time.
Alrighty. We head up these steps. Cosmo Canyon town is like up the very top of the one of the higher cliff sides.
Holy Cosmo Canyon, a sacred sanctuary where the planet's greatest minds gather.
It's beautiful. More than I ever imagined. Come on, let's pick up the pace. I can hear it calling my name.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, so we're staring at the Cosmo Canyon town, and the first thing we see is there's like a wooden bridge that has all these banners falling from the sides, going across from our cliff to the cliffside that the town is on. And we can see all these little buildings that dot like the bottom of the cliff and the sides. And then up at the top, there's a huge observatory. And then there's other smaller things atop other smaller platforms as you go further up. So it's like a astral observatory kind of town. And that's why they call it Cosmo Canyon. The Veil is the, like, whole area. So we run across the bridge.
Hey, guys! It's me! I'm back!
That's Red 13, by the way.
I can't believe it. It really is you.
We got a couple of white-clad guys guarding the
We were
gate.
so worried. Oh, come
He's
on.
wagging his tail very, very much.
Now, Why don't you go pay your respects to fellow Bughenhagen? Come on! You can let them through. They're good people. I promise. After all, they're the reason I'm here.
What in the hell was that? Hey guys, it's me. Who?
He's such a softie.
Real quick, gotta check something. An airship dropped these on us this morning. Wanted posters of the terrorists who bombed those reactors.
He's looking at the party.
But I think we can say you had nothing to do with all that. Even if Nanaki hadn't vouched for you, it's obvious.
And he holds up the wanted poster, and you see the faces that Reeve changed on the poster.
Welcome to the sanctum of Planetology.
Kate said, you
Cosmo
know,
Canyon.
does like a kind of like a, he puts his hands on his hips, nodding. So, he knows what's up. Fast travel unavailable. Red 13 left the party.
You see that wanted poster? Pictures look nothing like us.
Must be that way for a reason.
Gotta keep on our toes.
Share with that great one.
We are here by the river of light, Sarah.
So the architecture in Cosmo Canyon kind of reminds you of something out of a Western, like a mix of like indigenous American and Western kind of stuff. You know.
Oh, there are windows?
We must endure countless sorrows.
Trying to figure out. We have to go up to the observatory.
All who call this planet home are family. Okay, now this is what I call being. Hey! Wow, I can already.
Kind of dark in some places because you're running through caves as you're going up the cliff side in the town. So we see Red.
I was born and raised here, in this canyon. I was to become a watcher of the Veil like those before me, until I was taken by Shinra. Now that I'm home and have repaid my debt to you, I plan to serve my village once more. I appreciate all that you've done for me. Thank you.
We're really gonna miss you, Red.
Oh, don't say that. You're only making this harder. I mean, I wish we had more time, but this is my duty.
I suppose it was your duty to act the old man.
I wanted you to treat me as an equal, not a dog.
Nanaki! Is that you, my boy?
Coming!
He's wagging his tail. You can see the tough facade he's been putting on for
So,
almost 2 games.
Was that goodbye?
Nah, I'm sure we'll see him around the canyon. The real question is, why did we come here? To learn the secrets of planetology. Come on!
Can't forget that materia!
As for me... that'll do. I'm gonna steal some shut-eye, if you don't mind.
Then we can see the sights.
Feel the energy all around you. It rides the winds across
So we got all these like wooden
the
observatories here.
cards may serve as a conduit.
One of I really want to do one of the Queen's Blood matches here, but I don't know if I can actually. I don't know if I've done enough. So we see an elevator going up.
Since time immemorial.
Yeah, I think I have to go back and do some of the old Queen's Blood matches in the earlier cities to do these here, which I'll do in a later video, because there is one match that I really want to point out here. But I didn't do enough of the Queen's Blood matches in the Dust Bowl, North Corel, or Gongaga, so... We head on up this big wooden elevator, and it's taking us all the way up pretty close to the top. Now we're walking along like a wooden walkway that's along the side of the mountain. Here we got a guy.
Ah, not so fast. Sorry, but visitors aren't allowed in here. You see, this is where we keep all our valuables.
We're gonna follow... all the way up to the very top.
Oh, these are the friends I was talking about.
Thank you for looking after Nanaki. My name is Bughenhagen. I teach planetology here in the canyon. One could say I know a thing or two about our world.
A thing or two? I doubt there's a thing or two you don't know about it.
Well, it might seem that way to a child like yourself.
I'm not a child anymore. I'm 48.
40 what?
Nanaki here has a long life ahead of him. In human terms, I would say he's about 15 or 16 years old.
That's more than old enough. I can protect our Veil and everyone in it. Which is more than I can say for my good-for-nothing father.
Speaking of the members of our little community, have you announced your return to one and all, Nanaki?
Not yet. Be right back.
But where are my manners? Please, come in and have a look around.
Alright, so Bughenhagen is standing on top of like a large green and blue colored materia. He's wearing like a he's got a long white beard. He's got like sunglasses on. He's bald, but he's got some hair in the back that goes into like a ponytail with a ribbon. His beard is braided on two sides, and then he's got like regular free-flowing beard on the other. His robe is very much like a sagely robe that you would kind of say is, you know, like reminiscent of like a Confucian or Taoist sage from like Chinese history. You know, maybe, you know, even like a Buddhist style robe depending on the sect of Buddhism. So, you know, very much has that kind of Eastern sage kind of, you know, air about him. You know, we walk in here and there's just books everywhere. You know, there's a skeleton of some kind of creature.
I never thought you could become even more enchanting.
There's like a...
That's a scale model of our planet and the surrounding stars. One could say the dust it's collected represents the people who live upon it.
So he says it's just a scale model of the planet in like a, you know, thing that holds it up, and then we've got a few stars around it. You know, lots and lots of books still.
That records fluctuations in various energies. I must ask that you handle it with care. It's a rather delicate device, you see. Oh, those devices are testing the pull of gravity.
Alright. We look at these.
While that may appear to be little more than a glistening mineral at a glance, it is in fact a crystallized collection of our planet's memories.
It's natural materia.
Here we seek to gather the wisdom of the planet.
Don't you worry, my dear. I'll find a way to bring out the full depths of your beauty. Cross my heart.
You recognize that little scamp?
The hologram
You know
of
that in his
Nanaki.
childhood, Nanaki was quite a handful.
So now this is like a big golden device with like a bunch of like tubes coming out of it. I guess we can't look at it just yet.
Oh, have my devices piqued your curiosity? They are essential to my studies of the planet.
Is there anything else we can look at here? Alright, there's a door here.
Let's not be hasty. I'll show you that room later.
So now we're on the second floor, and there's a bunch of devices, but we can't look at the one that Aerith is standing near yet. So we'll go up to the third floor. This is a
Right
balloon.
there is a type of a current generator. It harnesses the power of the wind to produce new airflows of its own. Perhaps you've encountered them before during your travels.
So we see those up in the Veil, out in the world of this region, and they'll help Aponi fly us to hard to reach places. So let's see here. I think we can go up one more floor.
You won't find a larger telescope on the planet.
It's a huge, massive
To the edge
telescope.
of the galaxy.
This is-
There's no better view of the stars than through this scope. But the lens could do with some cleaning. My apologies.
This is the huge telescope hanging off the top of Cosmo Canyon. We can't use
The
it
lights we
yet.
observe here have traveled.
Nothing. This is beautifully complex.
And we've got all these little telescopes all over too for people.
There's so much we have yet to learn about the universe.
Mind your manners in front of fellow Bughenhagen.
Alright, now we're gonna head down. I'll see if I can investigate that machine on the second floor now. You hear some low rumble coming from somewhere. And it's this machine that has all the, like, pipe things coming out of it that look like something kind of instrument.
That's...
The planet crying out. A sorrowful dirge indeed. One I've heard all too often of late. This tubing allows us on the surface to hear the inner voice of the planet.
What we just heard didn't come from the planet, though. That was definitely the voice of a weapon.
You seem awfully sure of yourself, miss.
Because we saw them with our own eyes. 2, in the Corel and Gungaga reactors. They were loud and huge.
A fascinating account, were it true. However, such grand delusions could be a sign of Mako poisoning. Do see a doctor.
Excuse me?
Oh. Yes. That would do them some good. Judging from everything you've said, the three of you are unfamiliar with basic planetology. But it is never too late to learn. Please, come with me.
Now we're gonna head through this door into this other room in Bughenhagen's study. It's a large circular room. We've got all sorts of devices around it, books.
I present to you our planetarium.
There's a huge device in the middle.
While the Shinra building features the latest iteration, this particular one is my original design. Now then, without further ado...
Bughenhagen types some stuff on a computer and then pulls a lever and it turns on this device. It's a much more, you know, it's got like gears and steam things and stuff. It's not like the fully digital version that the Shinra building has that we saw in the museum in part 1. So we see, you know, a light up of the galaxy, the sun, all the planets. Looks very similar to our own galaxy, the Milky Way.
Wow.
This is only the beginning.
A shooting star.
You see the pieces on the planetarium start to move.
Planetology is not simply the study of the cosmos and the celestial bodies that dwell in it. Rather, it is a quest to comprehend the cyclical nature of life. Behold, the planet we call home. It was from its soil, so teeming with life, that mankind was born.
Now we're seeing like outlines of humans.
And like all living things,
and other creatures,
man is fated to die. So, what happens next?
And then they fade away.
The body withers and returns to the planet. But
you see the life stream streaming around it.
The spirit, the soul. Much like its former vessel, it too returns whence it came. To the great river where all intertwine and circle the planet without end. A cycle of continuous convergence and divergence. The ceaseless ebb and flow that is the life stream. An apt name, though it is as much a reservoir as it is a stream, being the sum of the planet's spiritual energy. It is the very essence of our star, the blood coursing through its planetary veins. And if ever that essence were to be entirely depleted...
Then he shows what happens when the life strip disappears. The Earth just turns into a lifeless husk, and then it crumbles to pieces right in front of Aerith. So all we've got in here right now is Cloud, Aerith, and Tifa. Remember, the other characters are off doing whatever their own stuff.
Of course, these are but basic principles of planetology.
So you're saying that Mako is spiritual energy, which we're using up?
Just so. Siphoned from the planet and processed for industry, that energy can no longer fulfill its true purpose. It is fated to fuel man's machinery and fade away.
Okay, but does it actually fade away? I mean, what if it doesn't? What if it just returns to the life stream in a different form? Is that possible?
A novel theory, suggestive of a lack of understanding. However, that can be overcome with time and education.
You rang?
Please escort this young lady to our seminar room, would you?
Right this way. Okay.
Hey,
Can I come?
We're gonna talk to Bughenhagen here now.
Got a question. Planet runs out of energy. It and everything on it dies, right?
Yes.
There any way to avoid this? Like, making the spiritual energy stronger?
Why are you asking me such things? I'm sorry. I've come to realize that I'm somewhat stuck in the past. We've entered an era in which humanity exerts unprecedented influence over its environs. And as both the planet and society evolve, so too must science. And yet it seems that I cannot. Perhaps I'm much too old of a dog to learn any new tricks.
Yeah, that was kind of shocking when I saw it the first time, because in the original game, Bughenhagen, he doesn't really talk down to you the way he does here. You know, I mean, clearly he just completely dismisses Tifa, like, out of hand. And he tells her to go to this seminar, and we're going to go to that and see what that is in just a moment.
Thanks so much for taking such great care of Nanaki for us. Ella Bughenhagen instructed me to let you take anything you think might prove useful on your journey. Check out the storeroom when you have a chance.
So we're gonna go to the storeroom here. It's a staircase. It goes down to that other door that we tried to go in earlier that the guy told us not to. So we see all sorts of stuff in here. We can't take everything. You know, a lot of it are just treasures. But, you know, we got... you know, there's a lot of, like, clocks and old things that we can't... that are just decorations for the plot. But we've got some treasure chests in here that we can grab. We see, you know, old paintings. You know, there's extra, telescopes that are not being used. You know, they have so many of them here because this is a, like, astronomy, planetology place. Head down the steps some more. Maybe a weapon in here somewhere for Kate's stuff. Well, I haven't used them enough to level up his initial weapon ability. I'm not very good with Kate, so I don't really use them. Some people really like them. One of my friends always has them in his party. But here we go. Obtained a crystal megaphone. Head down and we'll look at the seminar thing, and then that'll be close to the end for this video. So after that, we'll be heading into the next segment of the plot. Which involves a dungeon and everything.
Within you all are the planet's thoughts and memories.
I would be more. This village is lame. Did you know none of the materia here is even real? And don't get me started on the planetologists. Bunch of blowhards in love with the sound of their own voice.
Got Yuffie, you know, pointing out,
To study planetology.
You know,
I heard from fellow Bughenhagen. By all means, please come and join the seminar. Follow me if you would.
Which would you say is a more worthy pursuit?
They are both one and the same.
Wouldn't you agree?
I ask you this, who among you has looked into
So many seminars. Where do I even start?
All the time I've spent here.
So we're following this guy who works for Bughenhagen along a path.
A seminar is in progress.
I've always
We're
been
in
on
the
the bigger
Planetology
side, but
assembly.
I've never
It's like
been
a
into
circular
physical stuff.
platform on the
Painting and poetry
hanging
are
off
more my thing.
the edge of one of the
My
cliffs.
old
We got all
man,
these people sitting around a fire, including Tifa and Aerith.
What about you, miss? You must have a story to share.
The older mentor.
Please.
Me? Okay. Where to begin? I fell into the life stream. I don't have words to describe it, except beautiful, maybe? It was a lot to take in. Feelings of kindness washed over me. Long-forgotten memories came flooding back. It was a warm, comforting place. But there was also conflict. A war between the planet and its enemies. And we can't let them win. We need the planet, and it needs us. We have to rise up, fight back, defend it from this terrible threat. Thing is, I don't know how to do any of that. And I hoped you might have the answer. I'm not criticizing Planetology or anything, and I'm not trying to scare anybody either. I just... You know... Never mind. This is all coming out wrong.
Please, do not be discouraged. Should you ever wish to try again, we would be more than happy to listen. What matters is that you keep challenging your beliefs. Stop doing that, and the answers will forever elude you. On that note, I think we should adjourn for the evening. The River of Lights is almost upon us, so let us head to the torch.
I'll see you at the festival.
So the seminar's over. Clearly, the other people there didn't really understand what Tifa was trying to say. So there's going to be a festival here, so we'll do this. This is a good way to end this video.
I ask you this, who among you has...
I joined this.
We yearn to chase the horizon, embrace exploration,
to study planet.
So we're going to head down this elevator that wasn't working earlier. First one I tried to use when I first got here. I didn't make note that it wasn't working, but it was the first one. It's going to take us down to this platform, and we see a big stack of wood piled together in the middle of like this platform. We've got people gathered all around. We're looking up in the sky. Cosmo Canyon torch, the River of Lights. And now they've set it on fire. We've got the whole party there, including Kate. We got Red, Nanaki, Cloud.
Wow, so many tourists.
I had the pleasure of talking to a mentor. Said it was presumptuous of me to think I could save the planet. She decides her own fate, you see. As rain cleanses the skies, so too does she cleanse herself of filth. So what? We sit here and theorize while the planet rinses and repeats?
We're gonna say no, we fight.
No, we fight, or nothing will change.
That's what I said. I knew you'd see it my way, Merc. Thanks.
talk to Tifa here.
Did I sound as awkward as I felt?
You did good, is what we're gonna tell her.
You did good. Can't help it if they suck at listening. I got what you were saying.
I kinda wanted everyone to get it, though.
To hell with everyone.
Great advice. Thanks.
I pray these souls do not lose their way.
Talk to Red now, or Nanaki.
Look at them, gathered around the fire. Just like us that day. Me, and Mom, and Dad. If only we could do that again. Never mind. Just forget I said anything.
I'll lend an ear.
Whenever I think about my mom, my chest swells with so much pride, I feel like it'll burst. But when it comes to my dad, I just... Sorry, I can't. Still not ready.
Yuffie.
When you die, you return to the planet? Psst, that has literally got to be the dumbest thing I have ever heard. Once you die, that's that.
Agree with her, pretty much.
Thank you. So if you get that, you get why I live every day like it's my last.
Now we'll talk to Aerith here. Oh wait. She's gonna help with the ceremony. Since, you know, she's the last of the Cetra. She holds up the torch. She lights this stuff around the pyre that creates like a circle around it. People walk forward. Aerith's about to give a speech.
So, I'm an ancient. As in, a steward of the planet. One of those ancients. Or, to be more precise, the only ancient. For the most part, it's been a source of pain. I've been held against my will. I've been watched. I've been ignored. Even hated. And it's been that way ever since I was little. My blood's been nothing but a curse. If I ever started to forget, something would remind me of what I was and bring me crashing back down to earth. It was always the same. Time after time. I'd be shown a glimmer of hope, only to have it snatched away. I was never gonna be normal. That much was clear.
People are all watching, looking around. Aerith is looking down sadly. Looks over at Cloud, looking for some kind of affirmation. So I can smile at her, encourage her, or stop her. I'll smile. Cloud tries to smile and he just looks really awkward. If you say you stop her, he's like a huge jerk.
So my blood's been a curse. But it's also been a blessing. It's brought some wonderful people into my life. Friends that I love. And for once, I think I'm okay. Happy even. And all that pain feels worth it.
He hands the torch over to one of the planetologist ladies.
Even if I can't lead a normal life, there is one thing I can do. Return their kindness. And try to make the most of what I've been given.
She bows. Clap. planetologist people bring up these lanterns, they hold them aloft, and then they float up into the air. And then the lanterns turn green as they fly up. They started off as, like, you know, red fire color. Now they turn like Mako green.
There! It is time!
Me looking around, Kate looking around. And they all float off into the veil.
Pretty sappy, huh? Meant every word, though.
You see them floating over. Way zoomed out view. Like, you can't even see any people, and then it fades to black. And now Bughenhagen comes over to the party.
So, this is where you've been, Nanaki.
What's up?
There's something of great import I need to show you. And by that I mean all of you. Join me, would you? What did you all think of the River of Lights? For whatever reason, the ceremony has drawn a number of tourists to the Vale as of late. When I ask for their impressions, they often speak of how beautiful it was. Some claim they were even moved to tears. It's an overwhelmingly positive reception, I'm happy to say. To stir the human soul is no small feat, and it pleases me to know that the River of Lights possesses such power. Alas, my hopes to parlay their emotional response into a deeper intellectual curiosity. They have yet to be fulfilled. People are surrounded by cats, dogs, birds, and trees. They know that life is all around them, be it through the birth of a baby or the blooming of a flower. They bear constant witness to the blessed cycle of creation, yet they've no interest in the welfare of our planet. Forgive me for sharing my idle thoughts. Keeping them to myself is quite a challenge in my old age.
So I'm going to save here. And then I'm just going to comment on Aerith's speech before we finish. So I think that Aerith's speech really encapsulates what it's like to live when you're chronically sick. Your blood is almost a curse, right? That, you know, your body is a certain way because of something that happened to you or because of something that happened when you were born. In my case, it was just a random genetic mutation. And, you know, it's generally brings you nothing but pain and heartache and disappointment. But I often find that people that are willing to be patient with me, not only do they find that it's worthwhile for them to be with me, but it's worthwhile for me to be with them, because they're, you know, they're generally good people. And, you know, when Aerith says that, you know, she may never live a normal life, but that's okay, because she'll find fulfillment in returning the kindness to the people that have been good to her back to them, I think that's probably a good way to look at life when you're sick. That when you need to have something to hold on to in order to move forward without just wallowing in despair over all the pain and heartbreak and sadness and everything. And so finding joy in returning kindness to the handful of people who actually are willing to be good to you is one way to do that. And, you know, when you have a disability or sick or whatever, most people are going to be mean to you. Most people are going to tell you they're all there for you, and they'll give up on you the minute they realize it takes more effort than an ordinary friendship or relationship of any kind. So when you have even a couple people in your life that are willing to stand by you, standing by them too is worth it, because I think that's one way you can help counteract the pain and anger over never really being able to live a normal life. So, you know, in a lot of ways, we are all Cetra. For those of us who have these ailments, because it means you will always be somewhat different, but that doesn't mean that you can't find happiness. It doesn't mean you can't reciprocate positivity to those that do come into your life that give you positivity. And for some people, that might only be one person in your entire life, because it's just there's so many people are ableist or whatever out there. But when you, it is really worthwhile to take your time and give back to those who give into you in whatever capacity you have. You know, if you're stuck in a bed, maybe that's just talking to someone on the phone and listening to them when they're having trouble. You know, if you go through a lot, you have a wellspring. You should, you know, in theory, you should have a wellspring of empathy and resilience that you can pass on to somebody else who maybe doesn't have so much, their own reserves without your help. So, you know, there's different ways to give back. There's different ways to reciprocate kindness, and there's different ways to appreciate what you do have, even if it's not very much. And I think it's important that we remember that, because it's something that most people don't realize until it's too late. Some people never realize at all. So if it's a lesson that you learned early in life because of your own misfortune, you can turn that from a misfortune into good fortune for both yourself and someone else. So that's all I got to say on that. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be back with the next major dungeon in the story coming up, and another really intense emotional sequence coming up. So look forward to it, and thank you for joining us, and we will be back soon. So like, comment, subscribe, all that, and please and thank you. Welcome to, and we will be back very soon. So have a great day, and we hope to see you soon.